Hey everyone, we are working on practice sheet number 13, and this says find the area of the composite shape. So as you know, we should have our formula chart out. We're going to break up our shapes. I see a right triangle, and I see a semicircle. I'm going to put my numbers. I see a 6, an 8, and a 10. I want to make sure that I put that right angle, and then I see across here is 10. And remember, when we're dealing with anything with part of a circle, we want to label diameter or radius. This goes all the way across, so that is the diameter. So from here, I look at my formula chart after I see my triangle and circle. Triangle, and even though it's a semicircle, I still use the formula for circle. Triangle is half BH. Area of a circle is A equals pi r squared. Okay, so remember 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then we need our numbers, right? So there's the first one, half. The B and the H, remember they should be around the right angle, 6 and 8. So your job, you can do half of 6 times 8. You can do half of 8 times 6, either way, or 6 times 8, and then divide by 2. So find that number and put it in here. Then here, we do pi r squared, pi. This says radius, so that means I need this. So radius would be half, right? The diameter goes all the way, radius is half. Okay. Remember, 5 squared means 5 times 5. So your job is to multiply that. Whatever you get, you divide it by 2. Watch your decimal there. And then the last part is add. You need to add both numbers. When you add, this is a whole number, so I would treat this like money. Remember, whatever you get, 0.00 after it. Okay? Number 2. Hopefully we remember. That becomes like a plus. Your job, again, is to add. Treat this like money. 16.00. This one, remember, this one becomes a plus. This one, minus. These are different. Subtract. And which one do I have more positives or negatives? That will determine your sign. Number 4, you're going to do it. You might need to list your 7s. 7 will go into 5. How many times will 7 go into 51? That's the whole number. That's part of your answer. You subtract. Whatever you get here goes on top. That's your numerator. The 7 goes on bottom. You can put that there now. Number 5. We've been working on this. Change 14% to a fraction, remember? 14 over 100. Now you have to simplify it. Hint, hint, you will divide by 2. Okay? By 2 over 2, I guess I should say. Number 6, let's find the area of the semicircle. Okay? So again, I'm going to go back to my formula chart. A equals pi r squared. You are going to do this one. Okay? Just like we were doing on number 1, but I will tell you, this is diameter, right? This will be the radius, so what's that number? You put it, and then I will just remind you, divide by 2. That's my hint for you. So I want you to use the parentheses, please, on number 6. Use the parentheses. Number 7 says, find the circumference of the circle. C equals 2 pi r pi d. Let's go back and check. Oh, well, right here, it looks like I have the radius because it only goes to the middle. So C equals 2 times pi times radius. That 2 means times 2. Your job is to multiply all three numbers. Okay? Number 8 says, Kylie is buying a necklace for her sister Chloe. The necklace regularly costs $230, but is on sale for 30% off. What is the sale price? So we've talked about multiple ways to do this. We did this on our notes. You can make a model. I would love it if you would make a model. Or you can change the percent to a decimal and multiply. This is the off. Okay, so you would multiply this, but that's not your final answer when I multiply. 0.30 is the same as 0.3, by the way. This is off, therefore this is off, meaning you have to subtract off to find the sale price. You're finding the part that I pay. Okay. Here, if you want to, you could simplify these numbers. These would divide by 3 over 3. It would make it a little easier. Otherwise, you're going to multiply 12 times 35. Then I have 15x. Your last step would be to divide by 15. Okay. Hopefully, we are learning how to cross multiply. Hopefully, you can do this. I think I missed the letter down here on number 10. This says, Chastity is making fruit punch for a Thanksgiving party for her work. The recipe calls for 2 cups of fruit puree for every 5 cups of ginger ale. So right here, guys, I already see this is a ratio. Okay, ratio or rate. This is probably going to mean a proportion if I were to guess. Okay, so it says 2 cups of fruit. I'm going to put F for fruit puree for every 5 cups of ginger ale. Now I could put C for cups, but both of these are cups. That's why I'm going to put fruit versus ginger ale. Okay. By the way, I hope you're doing this in pencil. If Chastity needs to have a total of 35 cups of punch for her party, how much fruit puree will she need? So I'm looking for the fruit puree. That means the X goes here. Fruit, fruit, fruit. But I don't know the other number. It just says total. Okay, so total is 35. That means I have to change this to be a total. Okay, so I have to kind of play around with my proportion a little bit. Okay, that means I need a ratio total because these are the 2 things that go into the punch. There's a puree and there's ginger ale. Okay, so I have 2 cups of fruit punch, 5 cups of ginger ale to make a total of 7. 2 plus 5. 2 plus 5. Now, I just showed you up there how to cross multiply. You solve for this, or if you can do it a quick way, that's fine. Number 11, this is multiply. You multiply. And also, this is a triangle problem because multiply and divide are triangle. I've been seeing so many people not be careful with their signs. Be careful with your signs.